Watashi wa sadisto desu ka?
Looked dead, didn't I? Well, I wasn't. But it wasn't from lack of trying, I can tell you that.
Last time, in the world of Stardom, Natsupoi, Julia's fairy queen of Donna del Mondo, set out on a path of vengeance toward her most bitter rival, Tam Nakano, who was on her own path to full strength recovery before Natsupoi shoved cold pasta in her face and tried to kill her in a cage match. Tam Nakano responded by choking Natsupoi off the cage and sending her back down the card, leaving Tam to celebrate as the angel she is. But Natsupoi is not done with her vengeance. She will challenge Tam again, and this time, the both of them give the best performances of their careers. Natsupoi has a lot to prove. She was demolished by Tam and choked out in front of everyone. Tam even unlocked the cage to check on her health. Like, Natsupoi, embarrassing. She hates her so much and declared a long time ago that she will defeat Tam Nakano. It doesn't matter how long it will take her, she will defeat her. To her, Tam Nakano represents the ultimate role she wishes she could be. Cute, powerful, and godly. To reach her celestialhood, Natsupoi must grow stronger. But she failed. Every step up the ladder led to failure. She only ever found success as part of the trio Mai Hime Poi, which even then, the work was done solidly by Maika and finished by Himeka. Natsupoi was the weakest link of the group and she knew it, even pleading to Julia, leader of Donna del Mondo. But Julia has a lot on her plate, honestly. Julia was far too busy focusing on regrowing her hair, her career, eventually the returning Suzu, plus the split of her group, her title match. Julia has a lot on her plate, alright? It could be forgiven. The best she was able to do was steal away Mai Sakurai from Cosmic Angels, but that is nothing for Natsupoi. She was left with only vengeance, and vengeance, once consumed, will drive one into dangerous roads. Because little did she know, she woke up a beast inside Tam Nakano. When Tam Nakano started in the entertainment business, she was a dancer coming from a background of dancing since age 3. She was with an underground idol group but frequently butted heads with them and would go home crying. She later joined a different idol group who would perform for the Japanese promotion Act Res Girl Z, a promotion focused on the acting and wrestling, obviously, which is what I specifically focus on when I watch wrestling. With a martial arts background and their growing popularity, Tam was trained to wrestle and would become a freelancer to begin her career, eventually ending up in a promotion designed well for someone as unbelievably cute and wonderful as Tam Nakano. Like, look at her! She would join Oedo Tai as their manager while she dealt with injuries, and since she was an idol, she was paired with a producer. Producer P. Is Tam Nakano actually insane? It's a question that will never be asked again on this channel. Delete it from your mind. However, Stardom faction wars are constant things. Members are lost, stolen, betrayed, or they betrayed them themselves. She was the last member eliminated in a unit match, Queen's Quest versus Oedo Tai. As such, Tam was forced to leave the group, but just as quickly, Mayu Iwatani came to the rescue and let her join her group, Stars, becoming artist champions with Mayu and Saki Kashima for a lengthy period. After losing the artist belts, Tam took it upon herself to rise above the roster and reach her first steps to godhood. She challenged her stablemate, Arisa Hoshiki, for the white belt. Both were unable to communicate with each other, so they decided to communicate in the ring. And Tam Nakano lost. But she declared that she will one day beat Arisa and hold the white belt. And through this conflict, there's only one way to bring anyone together. Pancakes! Arisa and Tam will become good friends and tag team partners. winning the tag league even. But Tam's wish to face Arisa and defeat her for the white belt never came to fruition, as Arisa Hoshiki had to retire from wrestling due to injuries, vacating the white belt that Arisa gave so much energy into, becoming the second longest reigning champion and tied with second most defenses. The belt is not called the Holy White Belt, that's just me being dramatic, but Arisa Hoshiki made the white belt into a holy relic. I was recommended a match between Arisa and Utami, and my god, that match! My god. My hat's off to you, Arisa Hoshiki. Fantastic performer. But with the white belt vacated and Julia being granted her Cinderella wish to face for it, that just left Tam Nakano to complete her destiny, one she promised Arisa she would do. She couldn't defeat her in battle, but she could win the white belt for her. It was the perfect scenario, a perfect bow to Tam and Arisa's friendship. But Tam lost. Julia gained the belt and launched herself into stardom, pun intended. Tam Nakano needed to elevate herself and get stronger. To do this, she decided she needed to become a leader. She left Mai Iwatani's Stars unit and formed her own unit. She would recruit a spunky weirdo, like true weirdo, like a really super weirdo, the flying space freak, Unagi Sayaka, as well as the new hot girl in town, Mina Shirakawa. The trio would form the cutest group in the world, Cosmic Angels. As leader of Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano transformed herself into a warrior, developing a second phase, Murder Tam. Her quest for the white belt led to an epic third match between Julia and Tam Nakano, but this time, Julia added severe stakes. Hair versus hair. Undoubtedly, Tam would be cute regardless of her look, but how dare you try to cut off the hair of the Divine Goddess? How dare you try to cut off the hair of the Divine Goddess of cute? How dare you? I've covered this already, but Tam Nakano finally beat Julia, and she completed her destiny by winning the holy white belt that eluded her. She fulfilled her promise to Arisa Hoshiki. All was well. Until a deceiver in green came along. 2 days after their cage match, Tam Nakano and Natsupoi faced off again in a regular singles match, and immediately Tam Nakano set to teach the young fairy an important lesson. Do not fuck with cuteness. They fight each other outside, ignoring that this is even a match, and they trade slams onto the hard mat, which gives zero comfort of padding, but they don't care. Rip that mat off. Natsupoi tries to ruin the 34-year-old back of Tam Nakano. I totally feel the pain, Tam. But Tam be damned if she retired early from boss bump and slams, and she slams Natsupoi hard on the floor. Just listen. Tam Nakano brutalizes Natsupoi, choking her, driving her previously injured head into the steel, and torturing her like it's hostile. To combat Tam, Natsupoi had no choice but to risk her body. But Tam would respond with a ferial gift of her own. And Natsupoi would respond with aggression, trading shots like the Shibata and slapping each other viciously. And Tam will respond with a closed fist. She doesn't care. Natsupoi brought something out of Tam that hasn't been seen since the loss to Saya Kamatani. Her second form, Murder Tam! Tam will trade shots to Natsupoi's head and provoke her into a second phase herself, a new level of Fairy Queen that Natsupoi had never reached before. And then, Natsupoi climbed the rope and hit her ferial gift, but that wasn't enough. She would hit it 5 more times. Just like Macho Man hitting multiple elbows on Ultimate Warrior, and just like Ultimate Warrior, Warrior Nakano kicks out. It was here I knew I was watching something special. Desperate, Natsupoi only had one move left she could possibly hit. She tries and tries, but she ended up doing something no one had ever seen before from Tam Nakano. Rising to their feet, bitter hatred keeping them conscious, doctors be damned. Natsupoi activated Tam Nakano's third phase, Natsupoi would try and try, but Tam just won't die. Natsupoi didn't finally bring the passion back out of Tam Nakano, but she brought her into new levels of power and strength. Tam Nakano is a goddamn goddess, leaving Natsupoi only one option: hit her Fairy gift again, but slam the knees right on top of her. Natsupoi would then hit her final finisher, and finally, the Fairy Queen's long quest of vengeance has been completed. She achieved her destiny. She beat Tam Nakano. Natsupoi did it. She battled through her doubts, her insecurities, and her failures, breaking down as she finally did it. Natsupoi would then admit that Tam Nakano is amazing after all. The hatred gone, respect filled. As Tam lays in defeat, she tells Natsupoi, "Tam will never retire, and neither will you." But the fight is not done. With 1-1 each, they will settle things in unit competition. Cosmic Angels versus Donna Del Mondo. Tam is guided out by her two friends who have been with her the whole time, and Natsupoi celebrates with her leader Julia, who's proud of her stablemate, and her own best friends, Micah and Himeka. This was my favorite performance of this year so far, and both Tam Nakano and Natsupoi's best performance of their life. Natsupoi reached a level I personally didn't think she would reach. She finally caught up to Tam Nakano, and Tam not only returned to her divine mighty self, but she transcended her role and elevated herself to godhood. Cosmic Angels versus Donna Del Mondo. One more fight. But for the meantime, Natsupoi managed to accomplish what Tam Nakano could not do. Despite Tam Nakano being the leader of a different group, Natsupoi, the little cub, was under the tutelage of the lioness herself, and she beat her mentor, something Tam could not do with Arisa Hoshiki. With this, the story closes. Or does it?